The rain hammered against the floor-to-ceiling windows of my Seattle apartment, like it was trying to drown out the world, but it couldn't touch the storm raging inside me. Jordan's head was heavy on my shoulder, his breath ragged from the sobs that had finally ebbed into exhausted silence. And I held him tighter, my heart pounding with a mix of pity and something far more dangerous. Then, without warning, he lifted his face, those blue eyes raw and searching, and crashed his lips against mine, tasting of whiskey and desperation, shattering every boundary I'd ever drawn around us. I froze, my body betraying me as heat surged through my veins, but my mind screamed retreat. Jordan pulled back, just as suddenly, his face paling like he'd been slapped. "Shit, Alex. I didn't. Fuck." He scrambled away, wiping his mouth with the back of his hand, eyes wide with horror. The room felt too small, the air thick with the scent of his cologne and the faint metallic tang of regret. I wanted to laugh it off, to say it was the booze talking, but the truth clawed at me. This wasn't just a slip. This was the crack in the dam we both pretended wasn't there. We'd been friends since college at the University of Washington, thrown together in a freshman dorm during one of those endless Pacific Northwest drizzles that made everything feel intimate and inevitable. Jordan was the golden boy, star of the soccer team, easy smile that lit up Rainy Huskies games, the guy who dated sorority girls like it was his birthright. I was the quiet art major, sketching in the corners of parties, nursing crushes on unavailable straight guys like it was my personal curse. But Jordan? He was different. He saw me, really saw me, when no one else bothered. Late-night study sessions turned into confessions over cheap ramen. His dreams of coaching high school kids, my fears of never finding someone who got the mess inside me. We were brothers in arms against the grind of tuition and heartbreak, or so I told myself. That night, 2 weeks after his girlfriend of 3 years, Mia, dumped him via a text that read like a corporate memo. "I need space to grow." He showed up at my door soaked to the bone, a six-pack dangling from his fingers. "Can I crash here? I can't go back to that empty apartment." His voice cracked, and I let him in without a second thought, because that's what friends do. We cracked open the beers, ordered greasy pizza from that hole in the wall on Capitol Hill, and he unloaded. How Mia said he was too predictable, too safe, how he poured everything into making her happy, only to watch it slip away like fog off the sound. I listened, nodding my arm around his shoulders in that platonic way I'd perfected over the years. "You're better than this, man. She's the one missing out." But as the hours blurred and the second six-pack vanished, his words slurred into something deeper. What if I'm just broken? What if no one ever sticks? His head dropped to my shoulder again, and I felt the warmth of him seeping through my shirt, stirring that old ache I'd buried under layers of just friends. Then came a kiss. It lingered in the air between us like smoke, impossible to ignore. Jordan bolted to the bathroom, retching up the whiskey, and I paced the living room, heart slamming against my ribs. When he emerged, pale and sheepish, he muttered, "Alcohol. Stupid mistake. Forget it, okay?" I forced a laugh, clapping him on the back too hard. "Yeah, forgotten. Brothers before. Whatever." But as he crashed on my couch, snoring softly under the throw blanket, I lay awake in my bed, staring at the ceiling cracks that mapped out like veins. What the hell was that? And why did it feel like the ground under me had just given way? The next morning dawned gray and unrelenting, the kind of Seattle light that makes you question if the sun ever existed. Jordan was gone before I woke, leaving a note on the coffee table. "Thanks for last night." "Oh, you won." Jay scrawled in his messy handwriting, with a doodle of a soccer ball. I crumpled it, tossing in the trash, but fished it out 5 minutes later, smoothing it flat. Work dragged, freelance graphic design for a tech startup downtown, tweaking logos that all blurred into sameness. Every pixel reminded me of his lips, soft and urgent, and I hated myself for it. By evening, my phone buzzed. A text from Jordan. "Pizza tonight? My treat. Clean slate." I stared at it, thumbs hovering. Part of me wanted a ghost, to protect the fragile normalcy we'd built. But the other part, the reckless, hopeful part, typed back, "Deal. 7 p.m. We met at our old spot, a dive bar in Fremont with fairy lights strung over the patio, even in the rain." He looked wrecked, dark circles under his eyes, stubble shadowing his jaw. "About last night," he started, sliding a slice my way. "I swear it was nothing. Mia's got me all twisted up." I nodded, chewing mechanically. Water under the bridge. But the lie sat heavy. We talked soccer, his rec league team choking in the playoffs, then veered to safer ground. My latest commission, a mural for a queer youth center in the Central District. His eyes lit up. "That's badass, Alex. You're changing lives, man." For a moment, it was us again, easy laughter cutting through the patter of rain on the awning. But when our knees brushed under the table, electricity sparked, and he jerked away like I'd burned him. That night, back in my apartment, I scrolled through old photos on my phone. Us at graduation, arms slung around each other, caps tossed in the air, road trip to Olympic National Park, grinning like idiots by the Hoh rainforest. We'd shared everything. Heartbreaks, triumphs, the quiet terror of turning 30 without a roadmap. But this was uncharted, a line crossed in a moment of vulnerability that neither of us could uncross. Days turned into a week of radio silence from him, and I threw myself into work, sketching feverishly until my hands cramped. My best friend, Lena, a fierce lesbian barista with tattoos snaking up her arms, called me out over coffee at her shop in Ballard. "You look like shit, Alex." Spill. I hesitated, then blurted the whole mess. The NUI, the kiss, the fallout. She leaned back, smirking. Straight boy panic. Classic. But you? You're glowing under that exhaustion. Admit it, you've wanted this forever. I denied it, of course, but her words burrowed deep. Had I? Jordan was straight, in a story, yet memories flooded. The way he'd crash at my place after bad dates, curling up beside me on the couch during movie marathons, the protective glare he'd shoot at guys who eyed me too long at parties. Was it brotherhood? Or was something we'd both been too scared to name? Then late one night, my buzzer rang. Jordan stood there, drenched again, no jacket, just a thin t-shirt clinging to his chest. "I can't stop thinking about it," he gasped, stepping inside without invitation. The kiss. "It wasn't a whiskey, Alex. It was you." My breath caught as he closed the distance, hands trembling on my arms. But before I could respond, doubt flickered in his eyes. Or maybe it was, God, I don't know. "I'm sorry." He turned to leave, but I grabbed his wrist, pulling him back into the rain-scented warmth of the hallway. "Stay," I whispered, voice barely mine. "We figure this out. Together." He nodded, collapsing against me. And for the first time, the embrace felt like a promise instead of consolation. We talked until dawn, halting confessions over lukewarm coffee. He admitted Mia had accused him of emotional unavailability, of holding back parts of himself he didn't understand. What if that's true? What if I've been lying to everyone? To myself. I shared my own scars. The rejection from my conservative family back in Spokane, the parade of flings that never stuck because no one measured up to the safety of our friendship. By sunrise, the city stirred below us, ferries cutting through the mist on Puget Sound. Jordan's hand found mine across the kitchen table, tentative then sure. "I've never. With a guy. But with you? It feels right. Scary as hell, but right." My heart swelled, terror and joy twisting like vines. This was Jordan, my rock, my what-if, stepping into the unknown with me. But Seattle's rains don't let up easy, and neither did the complications. Word got around our old college circle fast. Mia, ever the social butterfly, had already painted Jordan as the victim in their breakup saga. When she texted him, "Heard you're spiraling. Need me?" He showed me, guilt etching his face. I blocked her, but what if this is just rebound shit? I swallowed the jealousy, rising like bile. Then we stopped. But don't lie to yourself for her sake. We didn't stop. Our first real date was clumsy magic, a hike in Discovery Park, where the forest met the beach, waves crashing like applause. He held my hand on the trail, laughing nervously when a jogger smiled at us. At the overlook, with the Olympics jagged against the horizon, he kissed me properly, slow, deliberate, tasting of salt air and possibility. "I'm all in," he murmured against my lips. "If you'll have me." I did. God, I did. Nights blurred into a haze of discovery. His apartment in Queen, and with its view of the Space Needle blinking like a beacon. My place, where we'd cook disastrous pasta and end up tangled on the floor, learning each other's rhythms. He was tentative at first, hands exploring like uncharted maps, but his hunger matched mine, fierce and unyielding. "You're beautiful," he'd whisper, tracing the curve of my jaw, and I believe him for the first time in years. Yet doubt shadowed us. Jordan's rec league buddies ribbed him about going through a phase, their jokes laced with unease. His mom, visiting from Portland, cornered him over brunch at Pike Place Market. "A man, Jordan? After Mia? This is grief talking." I waited outside, pretending to browse fish stalls, but heard the raised voices. He emerged pale, forcing a smile. "She'll come around. Or she won't. But I'm done hiding." The real storm hit during Pride Month, when Seattle exploded in rainbows and revelry. We marched in the parade, his hand in mine amid the floats and cheers. But midway through, Mia appeared, flanked by mutual friends, her eyes red-rimmed. "Jordan, please. We can fix us." The crowd surged, but time slowed. He glanced at me, torn, then shook his head. "I love you, Mia, as a friend. But Alex, he's my future." She slapped him, the crack lost in the bass thump of music, and stormed off. Jordan crumpled, and I pulled him into a side street, holding him as sobs racked his frame. "I'm sorry," he choked. "I thought I was over her." Rage boiled in me, not at him, but at the world that made this so damn hard. "Then go." I snapped, voice breaking. "If there's even a shred left, go." He didn't. Instead, he kissed me there in the alley, desperate and claiming, as confetti rained down like tears. "No, you're it. The one who saw me when I was blind." We stumbled home, bodies colliding in a frenzy of need and fear, reaffirming what words couldn't. But the seed of doubt took root. Weeks later, it sprouted into crisis. Jordan's coaching gig at a local high school, a dream job mentoring at-risk kids, hit a snag when the principal pulled him aside. "Heard rumors about your personal life. Parents are concerned. Tone it down, yeah?" Jordan came home raging, slamming cabinets. "They think I'm corrupting the kids. Because I love a man." I tried to soothe him, but he pushed away. What if they're right? What if this ruins everything I've built? The fight escalated, words like shrapnel, my accusation that he was ashamed, his fear that I didn't get the stakes. You came out at 21, family disowned you, but you survived. I've got a life here, Alex. A career. I hurled back. And I'm just the experiment? The safe harbor until straight sails back in. He stormed out into the night, and I collapsed on the bed, the apartment echoing with absence. Days passed in agonizing limbo. Lena dragged me to a drag show in Capitol Hill, Queen's lip-syncing anthems of resilience, but the glitter felt hollow. Then a knock, Jordan, hollow-eyed, holding a bouquet of wildflowers from the market. I quit the job, not because of them, but because it was poisoning us. I talked to my mom. She's trying, Alex. And Mia. I told her goodbye for good. Tears stung as I pulled him inside. You idiot. You didn't have to. He silenced me with a kiss. Soft now, sure. Yes, I did. For us. We rebuilt, brick by painful brick. Therapy sessions in a cozy office overlooking Green Lake, where we unpacked the wreckage. Weekends volunteering at that queer youth center. Jordan sharing his story with wide-eyed teens, his voice steady. It's okay to be scared, but don't let fear write your ending. Months melted into a rhythm uniquely ours. Mornings tangled in sheets, coffee brewed strong. Evenings walking the waterfront, fairy horns saluting our clasped hands. Seattle's rains softened to a mist, mirroring the clarity settling in our hearts. One crisp autumn evening, atop the hill in Cary Park with the skyline sprawling like a promise, Jordan dropped to one knee. Not with a ring, too soon for that, but with a simple silver bracelet, engraved with brothers to forever. Marry me? Someday. When you're ready. I laughed through tears, pulling him up. Yes, 1,000 times. In that moment, shaken no longer, I saw the truth. Love isn't a straight line or a detour. It's the courage to leap when the ground trembles, to hold on when the storm howls. Jordan wasn't just my friend anymore. He was my home, my horizon. And in the city of endless gray, we found our sun. The bracelet glinted on my wrist like a talisman as we descended the hill, the city lights flickering to life below us. Jordan's fingers intertwined with mine, a habit now as natural as breathing, but every touch still sent a quiet thrill through me. We'd come so far from that whiskey-fueled night, yet echoes lingered, the what-ifs that whispered in quiet moments. Penny for your thoughts? He asked, bumping my shoulder. I squeezed his hand, just grateful for the mess that got us here. He grinned, that boyish flash that first hooked me years ago, and pulled me into a doorway to steal a kiss, oblivious to the drizzle. A passerby wolf whistled, and we broke apart laughing, cheeks flushed. But as we wandered toward our favorite faux spot in the International District, my phone buzzed, a voicemail from my mom. I hadn't spoken to her since coming out. Her last words a curt, "We pray for you." Curiosity won. I hit play. Alex, it's Mom. I saw pictures online of you and him at Pride. I don't understand, but your sister says you're happy. That's all I ever wanted. Call me. My steps faltered, throat tight. Jordan noticed, stopping under a lantern-lit awning. Everything okay? I played it for him, voice shaky. His face softened, pulling me close. That's huge, man. She's reaching out. Yeah, I murmured, burying my face in his neck. But what if it's pity? Or worse, trying to fix me? He tilted my chin up, eyes fierce. Then you set boundaries, like I did with my folks. Love doesn't mean swallowing who you are. We stood there, rain pattering on the canopy, his heartbeat steady against mine. That night, over steaming bowls of noodle soup, I dialed her back. The conversation was awkward, stilted apologies, questions about Jordan that skirted the edges, but it ended with, "I love you, son." Small steps, but they mended cracks I thought permanent. Life settled into a beautiful chaos. Jordan landed a new gig coaching at a community center in the Central District, working with immigrant kids who reminded him of his own scrappy youth. I'd tag along sometimes, watching him on the field, voice booming encouragement as tiny feet chased the ball. "See that fire? That's you," he'd say, ruffling a boy's hair, and I'd swell with pride, sketching him in my mind for later portraits. My freelance work boomed too. A book cover for a queer romance novel, all swirling colors and tender embraces. That led to a gallery showing in Pioneer Square. The opening night was electric, wine flowing, artists mingling under exposed brick ceilings. My pieces hung like windows into our world. Jordan stood beside me in a button-down that hugged his shoulders just right, hand warm at the small of my back. "These are incredible," he whispered, nodding to a canvas of two figures silhouetted against the stormy sea. One reaching, the other turning back. "Us." I nodded, throat tight. "Before you turned." He kissed my temple, public and unashamed, drawing a smattering of applause from friends. But not everyone celebrated. Midway through, Mia appeared, uninvited, elegant in a black dress that screamed unresolved. "Alex," she said, voice honey venom, "congrats. Didn't think you'd snag him so quick." Jordan stiffened beside me, but I met her gaze. It wasn't snagging. It was choosing. She laughed, brittle. "He's confused, you know. Men like him always come back." The words landed like a gut punch, stirring old insecurities. After she flounced off, Jordan chased her to the alley, returning minutes later with clenched fists. Told her to back off. For good. We left early, the high soured. In the car, tension crackled. You okay? I asked, navigating slick streets. He stared out the window. She said I'm using you to punish her. What if there's truth there? I pulled over near Lake Union, the water black and still. Jordan, look at me. This isn't punishment. It's awakening. He turned, eyes searching, and I kissed him, deep, anchoring, until doubt dissolved into moans against the fog glass. Still, her poison seeped. Jordan withdrew, burying himself in work, coming home late with excuses about extra practices. I'd wait up, sketching by lamplight, the apartment feeling vast and cold. One night, after he'd canceled our date night for the third time, I confronted him over takeout Thai. Talk to me. Is this about Mia? He pushed his plate away, jaw tight. It's everything. The team parents whispering, my buddy Derek asking if I'm going gay now. Like it's a phase. And yeah, Mia texting apologies, says she misses the real me. Rage flared, hot and righteous. The real you is here, with me, not chasing ghosts. He slammed his hand on the table. Easy for you to say. You've owned this forever. I'm fumbling in the dark, Alex, and every step feels like betrayal. Tears welled in his eyes, and mine too. We argued until voices hoarsed, accusations flying, fears laid bare. Maybe we rushed, he muttered finally, deflated. Maybe I need space. The word hung like a guillotine. I nodded numb. If that's what you want. He left for his old apartment, the door, click echoing like finality. Days blurred into a gray haze. Work a mechanical blur. Lena force-feeding me ice cream and pep talks. Give him time. Real love doesn't fold at the first gale. But fear not. Had I pushed too hard, demanded too much? A week in, my phone lit up. Jordan, voice wrecked. Can I see you? Please. We met at our park, overlook, the same spot of tentative kisses. He looked wrecked, unshaven. I shadowed. I can't do space. It's killing me. He dropped to the bench, head in hands. Therapy today. The doc says I'm grieving not just Mia, but the version of myself I thought I was. Straight, simple. But you? You're the truth I was hiding from. Relief crashed over me, mingled with ache. I thought I'd lost you. He pulled me onto his lap, burying his face in my shirt. Never. I'm yours, Alex. Mess and all. We made love that night in his apartment. Slow, reverent, reclaiming every inch. Afterward, tangled in sheets, he traced my bracelet. Some days now, let's make it official. The wedding planning became our anchor, small, intimate, on a ferry to Bainbridge Island, with Lena officiating amid wildflowers and waves. Invites went out, my family tentative but present, his mom beaming through tears. Mia declined, but sent a card, wishing you both clarity. We laughed it off, toasting with craft IPAs. On the day, sun broke through clouds, a rarity, as vows exchanged under a canopy of evergreens. I was lost until you, Jordan said, voice steady, ring slipping on my finger. You shook me awake. I echoed it back, tears blurring the horizon. As the ferry horn blared, sealing our yes, I knew, love's shake isn't destruction. It's rebirth. In each other's arms, we'd weather any storm. The honeymoon was a whirlwind road trip down the Oregon coast, craggy cliffs plunging into turquoise Pacific, motels with creaky beds, and ocean roar as lullaby. We drove with windows down, Jordan's playlist blasting indie folk that matched the wild beauty, salty air whipping our hair, his hand on my thigh as we chased sunsets. This is us, he'd say, pulling over at Cannon Beach to trace Haystack Rock's shadow in the sand. Nights were fevered explorations, his body a landscape I'd mapped 1,000 times, yet always knew. I love you, whispered against skin, a mantra against the world's noise. Back in Seattle, reality crept in soft. We merged apartments into a queen and loft, his soccer memorabilia mingling with my art supplies, a king bed dominating the space like our shared dreams. Mornings, him brewing coffee strong black, me sketching over toast. What's this one? He'd ask, peering at a half-formed figure. You coaching. Epic hero shit. He'd blush, stealing a kiss that led to burned bagels and laughter. But integration brought friction. His old league demanded a guys' night, code for beer pong and bro talk that left me sidelined. Go, I urged, though jealousy nipped. I'm fine. He returned buzzed, spilling stories of awkward dodges. They asked about the wedding. I said it was awesome, but his eyes searched mine for reassurance. You're not second place, I murmured, pulling him close. Never. My world intruded too. A gallery collab with queer artists in Soto, late nights under fluorescent lights. Jordan surprised me once, showing up with takeout on me. Missed your face. We ate cross-legged on the studio floor, paint smudged on his jeans. Proud of you, he said, and it landed deeper than any canvas sail. Challenges mounted subtly. Jordan's mom, Ellen, visited, warm hugs but sidelong glances at our photos. Over dinner at her favorite Italian spot in Belltown, she broached it. You two seem solid. But Jordan, honey, have you thought about kids? Biologically, the table stilled. He squeezed my hand under the cloth. Mom, we're building our family our way. Adoption, maybe. Or just us. That's enough. She nodded, teary, but the seed planted unease. Later in bed, he confessed, she means well, but it stings. Like I'm not whole without the straight script. I held him tight. You're whole to me. Always. We talked futures, fostering teens like those he coached, giving them the home we both craved. It healed something, turning doubt to blueprint. Then autumn brought a curveball. Mia resurfaced. Not for Jordan, but me. A DM. Coffee? Need advice on moving on. Curiosity or trap? I went neutral ground at a cafe in Fremont. She looked transformed. Hair cropped short, eyes clear. I'm seeing someone. A woman. Shock rippled. After everything? She shrugged. Turns out I was suppressing it. Watching you and Jordan. It cracked me open. We talked hours. Raw, redemptive. I was cruel because I was scared, she admitted. Tell him I'm sorry. Truly, I did over wine that night. Jordan listened, jaw tight, then exhaled. Damn, that's freeing. He texted her back. Apology accepted. Be happy. Closure washed over us, a weight lifted. Winter holidays loomed, first as husbands. We split time. Thanksgiving with my family in Spokane, awkward silences thawing into tentative toasts. Christmas in Portland with his Ellen baking pies while grilling him on settling down. We are settled, he'd quip, arm around me. New Year's, just us on the balcony, fireworks bursting over the sound. To shake that build, he toasted clinking glasses. Midnight kiss sealed it, deep and promising. Spring bloomed with opportunity. Jordan's community center expanded, hiring him full-time. I scored a residency in Portland, 3 months away. Panic flickered. Long distance? We just got here. But we mapped it. Weekend drives, video calls laced with longing. It's temporary, I soothed. Makes the homecomings hotter. The separation tested us. First week, text constant, then sparse as exhaustion hit. His, late practices, needy kids. Mine, studio fever, isolation. A call turned snippy, you sound distant. I am swamped, Alex. Hurt bloomed. Or regretting? Silence stretched, then his voice cracked. Never. I miss you so much it hurts. He drove down unannounced, arriving at dawn with coffee and that grin. We fell in a bed, reunions frantic, then lazy, bodies sinking like puzzle pieces. Couldn't stay away, he murmured. The residency flew by after that, ideas pouring. A series on fractured light, couples emerging from shadows. Summer heat wave hit Seattle hard, AC humming as we hosted a barbecue for friends. Lena grilling veggies, Derek toasting to the power couple. Laughter flowed, but midway, Jordan pulled me aside, eyes serious. Got something? In our room, he handed a folder, adoption agency papers. Started the process. For real. Tears pricked. You sure? He nodded. Yeah, our kid, messy love like us. The application dragged. Home studies, interviews that peeled us bare. Tell us about your relationship, the social worker probed. Jordan spoke first. Alex shook my world. Show me love's not labels. It's choice, every day. I added, he's my anchor in the storm. Approval came in fall. A boy named Kai, 6, with wide eyes and a soccer obsession. First night, him asleep between us, tiny snores sinking with rain. Jordan's whisper, we did this. Parenting upended everything. Sleepless nights, tantrums melting into hugs. Kai asked once, why 2 dads? Jordan knelt, because love comes in all forms. Like a team, different players, same goal. Pride swelled. Holidays doubled magic. Kai's first pride, rainbow face, paint smudged with ice cream. Years layered on, Kai growing lanky, Jordan coaching his peewee team, me illustrating his stories. Wrinkles crept, but so did depth. Arguments fiercer, makeup sweeter. One anniversary, atop our hill, Jordan echoed vows, still shaken by you. I laughed. Good. Keeps it alive. In the end, our story wasn't fairy tale. It was human, flawed, profound. A straight friend's comfort turned soul-deep love, proving the biggest shakes birth the strongest roots. And in Seattle's eternal drizzle, we thrived, rainbow woven, unbreakable. Looking back, that first year with Kai was the forge that tempered us. He arrived wide-eyed from foster limbo, clutching a worn soccer ball like a shield. This my room, he'd ask, voice small, staring at posters of stars and superheroes we'd tacked up. Jordan knelt, always the gentle giant. Yours, buddy. Forever team. Nights, he'd read bedtime tales, pirates on stormy seas, heroes finding hidden strength. His voice a rumble that lulled Kai to sleep. I'd watch from the door, heart full, sketching their silhouettes in the lamplight. But integration was jagged. Kai's nightmares woke us at 2 a.m. Screams of abandonment, tiny fists flailing. Jordan held him first, rocking on the nursery floor. Daddy's here. No one's leaving. I'd join, sandwiching our boy between us, humming lullabies until dawn pinked the sky. Mornings brought chaos, spilled cereal, mismatched socks, Jordan's coffee going cold as he tied laces. School runs mine, I'd say, kissing them both. Drop-offs at the bilingual elementary in the Central District. Kai waving from the playground. Jordan lingering for one more hug. Work adapted. Jordan's hours flexing for pickups. My studio hours squeezed into Kai's naps. Freelance dried up briefly, bills nipping, but we hustled. Him tutoring after school, me taking logo gigs. Stress simmered. One night, over reheated lasagna, it boiled. We're drowning. Jordan snapped, forking pasta aggressively. Kai's thriving. Look at his grades. I countered. But us? When's date night? He deflated. Miss you, babe. Let's fix it. We did. Weekly as time, trading Catalina for evenings out. Jazz at Demetrio's, hands linked under tables. Intimacy reignited. Stolen moments in the shower. Kai's crayons forgotten on the fridge. Still hot. Jordan growled, water cascading, and I'd laugh, pulling him closer. Kai's questions deepened with age. 7 now. He cornered me during bath time. Why don't I have a mom like Tommy? Soap bubbles popped in silence. Some families have moms, some dads, some both. Ours is 2 dads because we chose each other. And you. He splashed, thoughtful. Cool. Like superheroes. Jordan overheard later. Eyes misty. Handled like a pro. We celebrated with ice cream at Molly Moon's. Kai's chocolate mustache mirroring ours. Family ties strengthened unevenly. My Spokane folks visited. Mom, tentative. Dad gruff, but playing catch with Kai. Good kid, he grunted, tossing the ball. Progress. Ellen, Jordan's mom, dove in. Weekly calls, care packages of portent treats. Grandma's spoiling him. Jordan chuckled, unwrapping licorice. But holidays unearthed ghosts. Christmas Eve, Kai asked about his birth mom. She couldn't keep me safe, he recited from counseling. We held him, Jordan's voice steady, but we will. Always. Externally, judgment stung. School bake sale. A mom side-eyed our rainbow cupcakes. Promoting agenda. Jordan overheard, jaw clenching, but smiled. Just celebrating love, ma'am. Home, he vented. Fucking hypocrisy. I massaged his shoulders. Their loss. We're raising a king. Kai's empathy bloomed, defending a bullied classmate, drawing family trees with branches for all shapes. Summer camp tested bonds. Kai's first overnight. Jordan pacing like a caged lion. What if he hates it? Drop-off tears from all 3, but pickup? Kai bursting with tales of forts and fireflies. Missed you, dads. Pride surged. That night, we danced in the kitchen to old playlists, Kai giggling between us. Fall brought Jordan's milestone, a youth sports nonprofit pitch to city council. Nerves frayed him. Rehearsals till midnight, me proofreading grants. Presentation day, I sat front row with Kai, heart pounding as he spoke. Every kid deserves a shot, no matter who they love or who loves them. Applause thundered, funding secured. Celebration at our loft, friends toasting, Kai toasting juice. To Dad, the hero. My turn, a children's book contract, illustrations of diverse families adventuring. Dedication. For J and K, my greatest story. Launch party at a bookstore in University Village. Kai beaming as Jordan read aloud. And the dads hug tight because love wins every quest. Winter whispered changes. Kai's 8th birthday. A soccer party at Discovery Park, goals galore. But evening, cake frosted chaos, he tugged my sleeve. Love you, Papa Alex. Papa. The word unlocked floods, tears, hugs, Jordan's grin wide. Our boys all in. Storms hit too. Flu season felled us. Kai feverish, Jordan next, me nursing through haze. Delirium brought confessions. Jordan mumbling, scared I'll fail him like my old man failed me. I wiped his brow. You're gold. We're gold. Recovery bonded us tighter. Movie marathons and jammies. Spring unearthed roots. A letter from Kai's birth mom. Via agency. Permission granted. I see you're happy. That's my gift. We read it together. Kai tracing her signature. Can we write back? Jordan nodded. Tell her thanks for you. The exchange healed fractures. Kai's drawings winging south. Summer road trip redux. Coastal drive. Kai shotgun. Quizzing trivia. Stops at redwoods. Him climbing roots like giant's toes. Bigger than us, but family's bigger, he'd say, echoing our talks. Evenings. Campfires, esmores, stories of our shake. Jordan's edited for kid ears. Papa Alex helped me find my heart. Back home. Autumn leaves crunched under family walks. Kai's school play. Tree in a forest tale. Us cheering loudest. Post-show ice cream. He beamed. I want to act like you two brave. Pride choked us. Years folded. Kai 10, braces glinting. First crush on a classmate. Boy, then girl, fluid as Seattle tides. We guided gently. Heart knows best. Jordan's nonprofit grew. Chapters in Tacoma. My books stacked shelves. Tours to Portland. One eve, post-dinner, Kai sketched us. 3 figures hand in hand under rain. Our story. Jordan framed it. In quiet, he whispered, shaken steady. Wouldn't trade. I kissed him. Me neither. Our tale. Not flawless, but fierce. Friendship sparked a family's flame, proving love's shake forges unbreakable bonds. Kai's tween years accelerated time. A blur of growth spurts and slammed doors. 11 now. He shot up, knees knobby in soccer shorts, voice cracking mid-sentence. "Dad, privacy," he'd bark, door clicking shut on our concerned faces. Hormones hit like a freight train, moods swinging from hugs to huffs. Jordan caught me one morning, post-Kai meltdown over laundry. He's pulling away. I nodded, coffee bitter. Normal, but ouch. We adapted. Family meetings over pizza, no judgment zones. "What's brewing, kiddo?" Jordan prodded gently. Kai fidgeted. "School sucks. Everyone pairing off, and I'm nothing. Heartache for his ache. We've been there." "Nothing's perfect," I said. "You're you, that's the spark." He softened, hugging quick. "Love you guys." School pressures mounted. Academics ramping, social minefields. Bullying resurfaced. A teammate's dad muttering "fairy family" at games. Kai overheard, storming home in tears. "Why us?" Jordan's rage simmered. He marched to practice next day, confronting coach. "My son's off limits. Period." Backlash buzzed. Whispers, a petition to review his coaching. "Resign or fight?" I asked, pacing our loft. "Fight," he growled. "For him. For all of them." The hearing was tense. School boardroom stuffy, parents glaring. Jordan spoke fire. "This family's built on love, same as yours. Judge that, and you judge every kid here." Support poured. Lena rallying allies, my art auction for legal fees. Victory. Dad banned, Jordan cleared. Kai's chest puffed at dinner. "You kicked ass, Dad." Jordan ruffled his hair. "We all did." My career crested too, a TEDx invite, art as bridge, drawing families whole. Prep consumed nights, slides of our journey, Kai's sketches anonymized. Stage fright gnawed. Jordan rehearsed me in the living room, Kai critiquing. "Nail the pause, Papa." Seattle's theater buzzed. I spoke to a sea of faces, voice steady. Shakes aren't endings. They're invitations to deeper truth. Applause roared. Afterward, Jordan crushed me in a hug. Proud, doesn't cover it. Kai high-fived. Viral already. Fame's flip. Trolls online, slinging hate. Predatory, gays, stealing kids. We shielded Kai, but it stung. Therapy resumed. Family sessions, unpacking scars. Anger's valid, the counselor said. Channel it. Kai channeled into art, joining my studio time, paints flying. His piece, 3 hands linked against storm clouds. Us versus world. Holidays evolved. Spoken Christmases warmer. Dad carving turkey with Jordan, Mom, and Kai baking gingerbread. Portland feasts. Ellen's tree trimmed with Kai's ornaments. New Year's ritual, balcony resolutions. Kai's, be kinder to me. Ours intertwined. Grow together. Summer camp redux. Kai as counselor in training, Jordan volunteering. Drop-off hugs lingered. Pick-up tales exploded. Crushes confessed. Hearts mended. Met a boy, but he's straight, I think. We listened, no steering. Follow your gut, bud. Fall unearthed Jordan's health scare. Routine check flagged, irregular heartbeat. Yard dash. Monitors beeping, Kai pale in waiting room. Daddy okay? Benign, stress-induced, but it rattled. Doc's orders, slow down. Jordan balked, non-profits exploding, but relented, delegating. Home recovery. Kai's bedside vigils, my soups and stories. Scared me, he admitted post-discharge. Thought I'd leave you. I traced his palm. Not happening. We're glued. Gratitude bloomed. Date nights, intentional. Walks with Kai collecting leaves. Winter brought snow. Rare Seattle blanketing. Fort building in the park. Kai king of the hill. Best dads ever, he yelled, snowball flying. Spring. Kai's first dance. Awkward tie-tying session with Jordan. Nervous, he confessed. What if I like a boy and he laughs? Jordan knelt. Then he's not worth it. You're gold. Midnight return. Flushed cheeks, shy grin. Danced with her. And him. Felt okay. Hugs all around. Career pivots. Jordan's book deal. Fields of courage. Coaching beyond lines. Ghostwriter sessions. Me editing late. Launch-packed Elliott Bay books. Kai signing copies. To my hero. My exhibit toured. Shaken roots. Family portraits evoking resilience. Kai school project wove in. Essay on us winning young authors. My dad's taught me. Love's the real superpower. Summer road trip epic. Cross-country to Yellowstone. Kai navigating. Geysers erupted like our laughs. Bison herds mirroring family herds. This is freedom, Jordan said. Arm around me as stars wheeled. Back autumn classes. Kai middle school us bracing. First aid jitters packed lunch notes. You got this, love dads. Evening debriefs. Crushes, cliques. It's weird being gay, bi, whatever. We affirmed, labels fit when ready. Winter whisper, adoption anniversary. Cake, photos, Kai toasting, thanks for picking me. Tears flowed. 13 hit like thunder, voice dropping, zits rebellion. Door slammed, eye rolls. Leave me alone. But midnight confessions, scared of high school. Fitting in. Jordan, you fit with us always. We navigated, space with check-ins, his soccer star rising, my illustrations for his book sequel. Storms passed, rainbows followed. One eve, Kai sketched anew. Us older, hands wrinkled, still linked. Forever story. Jordan framed it beside the first. Shaken origins to rooted legacy. Our love, eternal. High school loomed like a colossus for Kai at 13. The halls of Roosevelt High a labyrinth of lockers and longing. First day, backpack slung, hood up against drizzle. He waved stoically from the bus stop. Jordan's hand gripped mine white-knuckled. He's ready, right? I nodded, throat tight. Our warrior. Pickup tales tumbled, bios brutal, but met this kid, Sam, into comics like me. Relief washed. Friendships bloomed. Sleepovers filling our loft with pizza boxes and video gamed in. But Teen Tempest brewed. Grades dipped. Algebra and nemesis. Jordan tutoring patiently. Me quizzing over flashcards. You're smarter than this, he'd encourage. Kay slumpet. Everyone's ahead. We reframed. Study groups. Rewards of Mariners games. Where he cheered homers with Jordan's fervor. Social Weedle, Spoon Foster, Crucis Carousel. Sam first. Boy, shared sketches, hand-holding tentative at movies. He's by 2. Kai confided, blushing. We high-fived. Proud. Then fade out, gentle. He's moving. Heartache hit. Ice cream therapy. Jordan sharing his first breakup woes. Stings, but seasons change. Girl next. Mia. Irony noted, cheerleader with wit. Dates. Awkward formals, us chaperoning. Nervous. Kai admitted, corsage trembling. Post-dance glow. Kissed her. Wow. We beamed, but watched for depth. Identity fluxed. Am I gay? Straight? Pun. Late-night kitchen talks. Tea steaming. Experiments okay, I said. Notarus. Jordan added, we love the choreo. Pride flag on his door, subtle. School GSA join, stories of allyship. External gales, cyberbullying, anonymous snaps mocking Gaby's status. Kai had hurt, but we found out via teacher call. Jordan's fury. Meeting principal, cyber safety assembly. Zero tolerance, he demanded. Kai emerged stronger, counterposting art. Love wins, deal with it. Viral support surged, his follower count spiking. My World, book series greenlit, tours to NYC, LA. Absences ached, FaceTime dinners, Kai's updates filling gaps. Miss your pancakes, Papa. Returns, airport hugs, stories swapped. Jordan's nonprofit scaled. Seattle hub, mentoring hundreds, satellite in Spokane, my hometown nod. Grant stress peaked, board fights over budgets. Cutting programs, he rage home. I mediated, compromise. Your vision's gold. Resolution, hybrid model, impact doubled. Gala, fundraiser. Tuxes, Kai fidgeting in clip-on bow tie. Jordan's speech slayed. From one shaken soul to thousands, fields of dreams await. Kai's talent shone. School play lead, Romeo fluid gendered. Rehearsals consumed. We attended dress, hearts swelling at his soliloquy. Opening night packed, applause thunderous. After party, his grin electric. Felt alive. Winter break escape. Cabin in Cascades, snowshoeing, hot cocoa by fire. Kai's gift, custom comic. Us as super dads battling villains. My heroes, tears hidden in laughter. Spring scandal rocked. Teammate outed, school uproar. Kai rallied, GSA protest. Signs, chants. Jordan chaperoned, pride fierce. Media swarmed. Our family front page. Local coaches champion equality. Backlash male, but allies outweighed. Summer internship for Kai. My studio assistant, organizing pains, brainstorming. This kid's got I told Jordan. His response, gallery junior show invite. Opening, nerves jangling, but sales trickled. Collectors praising raw emotion. Fall, driver's ed. Jordan, white-knuckling passenger seat. First solo, don't crash my baby. Laughter post-loop. Nailed it, Dad. Holidays heartfelt. Spokane now tradition. Dad teaching Kai chess. Mom's quilts. Portland, Ellen's stories of Jordan's youth. New Year's, Kai's resolution. Be brave like you too. 14, growth spurt. Voice base. First job. Barista at Lena's. Tips jingling. Independence, he crowed. But home anchored. Game nights, debates over politics. His progressive fire matching ours. Health hiccup. My knee tweak from old soccer injury. PT dragging. Kai massaged. Jordan cooked anti-inflammatory feasts. Team effort, he quipped. Career crescendos. Jordan keynotes at national conference. Meet illustrating graphic novel. Queer history epic. Kai contributed panel. Family portrait in timeline. Winter storm. Power out. Fort building redux. Stories by flashlight. Kai's. Once, 2 friends kissed in rain. Started a dynasty. We held. Spring romance. Sam back now out. Dates overlapped with Mia. Holly curious? Exploring, Kai said. We supported. Safe sex talks, consent chats. Heartbreak when it fizzled. Group hug, growth's gift. Summer Europe backpack. Hostels, Kai's first passport stamps. Coliseum echoes. Paris kisses under Eiffel. World's hours, Jordan marveled. Back, autumn activism. Kai's petition for gender-neutral bathrooms. School board win. Changed history, he beamed. 15. Braces off, smile dazzling. Debate team star, arguments sharp. Home debates, climate now. Us listening, guiding. One night, post-loss game, Kai wept. Not good enough. Jordan, enough for us. I added, and that's the win. Shaken roots deepened. Teen trials forging unbreakable us. Love's legacy, resilient, radiant. Kai's high school zenith at 16 was a symphony of triumphs and tempests, notes clashing in brilliant discord. AP classes crushed him initially. Calc a beast, lit essays sprawling, but he conquered study marathons with Jordan's flashcards, my metaphors. You're a poet warrior, I'd say, high-fiving over midnight snacks. GPA soared. College scouts circled soccer fields, his footwork poetry. Socially, he navigated mazes. GSA president, spearheading ally trainings. Everyone's welcome, he'd declare assemblies, voice resonant. Romances rippled. A non-binary artist, then a trans girl, each teaching tenderness. Breakups bruised, but he journaled, emerging wiser. Love's practice, echoing our mantra. Our empty nest preview loomed. Jordan's nonprofit demanding travel, my graphic novel deadline crunching. Date nights sacred, dinners at Camless, city twinkling below. Still us, he'd ask, wine glass raised. Always, I'd affirm, foot hooking his under table. Kai's activism amplified, partnering with Jordan's org for youth camps, queer kids soccer clinics. Changing lives, he texted from Whidbey Island. Pickup, sun-kissed, stories spilling. One boy came out to me. Huge. Family fractures mended further. Spokane summer, dad's fishing trip with Kai. Lines cast in Spokane River. Your old man's coming around, he emailed. Mom's quilt for Kai's room. Threads of home. Ellen's health dip, hip surgery, drew us to Portland. Kai bedside reading comics, Jordan hovering. Recovery, her apology deep. Feared losing you to this life. But it's beautiful. Embrace sealed it. Winter wonder, Kai's first car. Used Civic us co-signing. Driving lessons, Jordan's rules, my chill vibes. Road trip test, Olympic Peninsula, Kai DJing indie rock. Freedom wheels, he hooped. Spring scandal, school board election, anti-LGBTQ candidates surging. Kai organized voter drive, booths at markets, petition signed. Jordan keynote rally, vote love. Victory night, cheers, Kai sign equality scores. Career peaks, my novel debuted one LGBTQ plus bestseller, tour whirlwind. Kai joining NYC leg, Broadway matinee thrill. Jordan's docuseries greenlit, shaken fields, our story woven in. Summer odyssey, Italy gelato sticky streets, Kai flirting in broken Italian. Papa, watch this. Vespa rentals, wind-whipped laughs. Fall, college apps, essays raw, my dad's shake taught resilience. Acceptance is fluted, utop, scholarship laden. Huskies like you too. Celebration, dim sum feast, toast teary. 17. Activism apex, keynote at State Pride, Kai's words fire. From comfort to courage, love's revolution. Viral clip, offers pouring. Romantic steady, girlfriend Lena, namesake nod, share protests, study dates. She's keeper, he confided. We met her, fierce, funny. Approved, Jordan winked. Health harmony, annual checkups clean, yoga classes bonding, downward dogs, giggles. Winter gala, Jordan's nonprofit ball, Kai emceeing, tucks sharp. Dance floor, 3 generations swaying, us with Ellen, Kai with Lena. Spring send-off prep, dorm shopping, bittersweet. Miss my chaos. Kai said. Every second, I admitted. Graduation dawn, stadium roars, cap toss. Valedictorian nod? No, but speech selected. Shaken but soaring, thanks dads. Tears streamed as he hugged us on stage. Post-party bonfire, Esmore's stories. Kai's gift, album, photos from Kiss Night proxy to now. Our epic, 18 summer, gap year volunteer, Jordan's camp director, my illustrator's apprentice. Growth glowed. Fall drop-off, UW dorm, posters up, bed made. Hugs, eternal. Call anytime, Jordan choked. Drive home, silence heavy, then laughter at memories. Empty loft echoed, but we filled. Travels, Japan cherry blossoms, Thai beaches. Renewals, therapy tune-ups, passion rekindled. Kai thrived. Majors undecided, but activism minor. Visits home, laundry loads, life updates. Met someone, NB artist, pride parental. Years cascaded. Kai graduates, nonprofit role with Jordan. Wedding to Lena. Us walking him aisle, tears joy. Grandkids? Not yet, but Kai's foster kid placement, paying forward. Our loft. Toys anew, cycle spins. Silver anniversary. Hilltop picnic, bracelet renewed. Shaken to eternal. Jordan toasts. Legacy. One kisses ripple. Families forged, world widened. Love shake, the greatest gift.